This episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below to get some fantastic deals on video games and shop with confidence, knowing that every game on this site comes directly from publishers and you get a fantastic deal in the process. Not only that, this video is also brought to you by XSplit. Head down to the other link down there and get in on the fantastic family of products that XSplit has to offer, including XSplit Broadcaster, which is a fantastic program for live streaming, video recording, and even making this video that you're watching right now. Head down to the link below. And let's not forget, this show wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the great people making Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Head down to the link below. Foundry Virtual Tabletop is perfect for all of your virtual tabletop needs. It's very easy to set up, very easy to mod, very easy to get all of your game systems working, including D&D 1st Edition, D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Fallout Pen and Paper, even Bunkers and Badasses. Head down to the link below and try out Foundry Virtual Tabletop absolutely free. And last but certainly not least, we need to give a big shout out to the folks at ForgottenAdventures.net for their dedication to the craft of map-making assets, virtual tokens, battle maps, Clip Studio brushes, and builder packs, all available on ForgottenAdventures.net. Link down below in the description. Hello, dorks, dorkheads, and everyone in between, and welcome to tonight's episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads. I said this take was the really real one, and I meant it, so I'm gonna talk over you, even if you're our DM.
I am DM.
The opening must go on.
I am your god.
Technically, we are both gods, but as show writer, I do have some authority over him.
And that's another town of yours blown up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a DM always has all.
As the show writer, I control all aspects of that, though. Anyway,
I
welcome!
Can't wait to tell you how many places I've blown up at the end of the campaign.
I would love to.
I hope it's a new record.
Anyway,
I hope it's a lot.
welcome to another fantastic episode. No matter how many towns he blows up, nothing can possibly ruin this day for me. I personally am having a great day, and I'm ready to play some Dungeons & Dragons.
I'm pointing a gun at Amon right now.
Don't point. Don't do that, man. It's been such a good day. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
Amon would just be trying to be like, "Oh, bud, you need to calm down. Do you want to just offer him something? You need some cheese."
I don't think I can throw items.
Oh, he ate all the cheese.
No, Amon. No, I thought he just brought it with him.
Do you truly trust him not to eat it all? No.
Hey, he might have some control.
Amon did, in fact, take all the cheese. I checked.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to see. He doesn't know when he might get more that's as good as what he had if he's not at home. So he's gonna be like, I have to save this. So he's gonna take it easy, you know.
Not too easy, though.
Not too easy, but easier than normal.
Various assorted cheeses. I swear, why did he not open a cheese shop?
Because just because you like something doesn't mean you want to have a shop dedicated to it. That's a lot of work to have a shop.
I guess.
Just don't ask what the mystery flavor is.
I
Well,
hope it's people.
Oh, I was just gonna say moldy cheese.
Nope, I hope it's people.
well, before we all resort to cannibalism,
Too late.
before the
Not
rest of
cannibalism,
us
it's not my
resort to
species.
cannibalism, I'm gonna hand things off to your boy Steve, who's back with another D&D tutorial.
Alright, what's up YouTube? I'm gonna tell you another D&D tutorial. If you want your players to have a good time, kill their dad. That's right, kill their dad.
It's true. This helps so much.
It helps so much.
Please do not kill my dad.
Now you will be motivated, bitch.
Sandra has had 2 chances at dad, and one of them ended in not dad. Now she only has 1 dad.
Joke's on you,
Backstory
Nicholas
not
already
tragic
lost.
enough. Dad.
If you want to spice it up even more, take their mom.
Yes. Both of my parents are alive, so I have plenty of room.
Why must you hurt Sandra in this way?
Because you put it in your backstory?
Because I put
She
it
hasn't suffered enough.
in my backstory. That's your excuse for everything.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Okay. Let's do a recap.
But I didn't thank everyone for showing up today.
It was implied.
Implications.
Not implied enough.
Implying implications.
And imply the implications so hard.
Then do it.
Alright, there we go.
Dope.
Okay. So then, where we left off. Where's the recap music? There it is. The Wild Whirlwinds were in the podunk little town of Sherthor. Small little farming community. Hometown of Sandra. Not literally the hometown, but she calls it home. And then there were several mighty dragons which kicked the crap out of everybody. Couple of rough fights ensued. Casualties all
One of
around.
the dragons took Amon's sending stone. I was about to say he took one of his wallet.
That came
Close
later.
enough. Took his phone.
That came later. Casualties on both sides of the conflict. Party actually had to split. Always a bad idea.
I mean, this is the one time I think it was necessary.
This is one time it
and
worked.
besides, you were just missing me, basically, at that point.
This is the one time it worked. Kinda. Dante, did you actually watch those episodes of the party getting the crap kicked out of it?
Nope. I
Nicholas
got to hear about it.
exploded!
Well, I know that happened.
Wait, that about the time I exploded?
And ultimately, at the end of the day,
Why
this
did I
amount.
explode?
But ultimately, at the end of the day, this amounted to nothing when NPCs stole both kills.
And we'll not get wrecked.
I
Technically,
mean, one
it
of
was
them had a
me, therefore it's a
trebuchet just
victory for
launched
me.
a giant rock at the dragon.
Disappointment was all around when the trebuchet rolled that nat 20.
No, that was not
Except it
disappointment.
was
That
my
was
trebuchet,
amazing.
so
That
fuck
was,
you, I
it
won.
was amazing, but I had him. I was
You had
this.
you were unconscious on the ground.
I was this. No, I was awake. I was on the ground though. The party was awake at that point. Because Nicholas did
I
his.
sure had that
Nicholas
dragon
was the
fucking
only
dying.
one that was in good shape at that point, despite the fact he exploded.
Despite the
All
fact
the
Nicholas
rogue
exploded,
stuff.
he did do his Healy Meduse and save the party. And even a few NPCs.
Well, one NPC.
We saved one NPC. Dale will forever be the one who survived. Now he has
Yay.
Well, there's a
PTSD.
couple of scouts that survived as well.
Yes, they were in the north. They survived, but the northern fight was definitely
about-
more one-sided. One of the dragons bled to death. The other one was pummeled by the entire group. The
Yes,
ballista.
and those
It was a
little
party,
ones.
and
Got,
he was the pinata.
the 3 little ones got basically eaten alive by me. So those ones that were the babies, they got destroyed.
It took a bit to figure out dance partners, though.
Yes.
What?
Bit of a rough start at first, yes,
Like,
but
who
then
should
it
fight
became
Yeah.
it became really rough for the dragon side of that conflict. Ooh.
Battles suck.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. A couple scouts survived that. Most of the NPCs in that didn't, except this one guy who absolutely kicked ass, despite going into that fight thinking that they were gonna die immediately.
But he saw his best friend forever, Billy, die in that fight, and so when he was chucked by another person onto that dragon, he held on for dear life and started beating the shit out of it. And
Oh,
he got the final blow.
That wasn't the person he was talking about. He was talking about the character I was playing.
That was actually a thing I was gonna ask Steve. What was the word she used for throwing people?
Boosties?
Boosty, thank you.
Yeah, it was boosties.
Very.
I need to write that down because that's probably going to be the name of the episode.
That hopefully is a familiar thing to at least one person here.
It's familiar to me. Yes, I watched Lemon 10.
It's going to be a meme among the audience, which has been steadily growing, by the way. Thank you for watching, everybody. Or listening. If you listen, that's still awesome. This is a very listenable show. But anyway, the town was saved. And everybody licked their wounds, got their affairs in order, and then headed back to the boat. And that's where we left off.
So, as everyone makes their way to the boat, I'm assuming there isn't anything else that we're wishing to do in town, correct?
Well, there's no one
By the
really
way,
in
you
town
upgraded
besides some of the,
my buds, right?
Yeah, your
Let's
buds
see.
are upgraded.
Unless you wanted to let me mourn the dead at least a little bit.
You don't get to mourn
No.
the
Yes,
dead. Fuck
Nick-
you.
well, I guess Nicholas is good at more
Most
than
I
dead
did-
stuff to just kill two innocent lives.
I would like
More
to
when you're-
join...
The most I was doing was helping the people and guiding them on what to do next and whatnot, and of course moving any dead that needed to be moved or anything else.
I would like to help with that. These are my people, too.
Alright. And hang on, I need to move. Okay. Cool.
We are
I
busy.
needed to make sure no one was
requisitioning
raising their hand. Alright, so if I heard correctly, Sandra, Nicholas,
Did
and
you just
Dante
call
are
me
running the-
Standra?
Yeah,
No.
Standra.
No, he
Sandra.
said
I heard Sandra.
And then Demare was upgrading the cool dudes.
Okay.
And I didn't hear what Zach or Regina were doing.
Hmm.
I think I got some skills as well. For some
Dealing with
attack.
dragon parts.
Oh, wait, that's-
Modifying
that's
our
back.
boat?
No, that's different.
Which, by the way, Steve, what is it? I forgot to ask you again about exactly what I collected, since I spent a lot of time collecting from those dragons that were killed on our side.
So, quick make a survival check for me to harvest.
Yeah, I don't remember if I did one last time. I just know you asked how long I did it for.
I told my boys up there to collect teeth.
Alright, yeah, you're able to harvest, like, you're pretty familiar with this, Dante, so, yeah, you're able to harvest more or less whatever you would like from it.
It was whatever they needed. I was just trying to get as many scales and whatever else was needed.
Yeah, you full on, like, get the heart, get the lungs, get the glands from each of the dragons, all of the teeth are removed, a couple of dragon bones for each of them. You like fully like get rope hanging from the tree in butcher style, and unfortunately the brains and a lot of the meat have that weird ichor coming out of it, so
Very fair.
You starting an organ collection there, Dante?
I mean, I eat these things. Like, I
Don't-
want to eat these hearts, man.
Don't eat that. That's probably full of black stuff.
It might be. We don't know
Can't
if it's
just
gonna
say
hurt me
that,
or not.
Sandra.
Sandra
Don't know if it
sighs
hurts
very
me,
heavily
try.
on that joke.
Hong.
Knowing full well that I have made this joke before.
Yes.
It's so bullshit that I can't sit.
So, if we're gaming, actually, Hunter, can you quick pause for a second?
I can. And we're
Can-
back.
Dragon armor.
If you want to tan some
Yeah.
dragon hide and make some dragon armor, then
I was gonna do that as well.
So we have a lot of dragon.
Dragon
Yeah,
leather.
Lots of scales.
Though they did mention it would have to require a specialist to upgrade stuff rather than just wholesale get new stuff. Hmm.
so the prepping the dragon hide for creation of dragon armor is, yes, a specialist type thing. Going to Elvania, you're probably going to find a specialist there.
Oh, alright, yeah.
We'll just keep the dragons in the hold.
Oh,
what remains
I actually
of them.
Don't
some
put the full
animal
corpses
handling.
in there again.
It is the more.
Put the dragons in the hold next to the gold. They're just as valuable to me.
Exactly.
I mean, to be truthful, they could help us with the armor, so yeah, I guess that works.
Our ship is just so gross.
Oh, see, mold.
How could you say that? We have peppermint.
Peppermint.
I love-
Peppermint is not gross. The rest of the ship is gross. You put corpses in our cargo hold, and I point over, and I point
We
over at
regularly make corpses.
and I point over
It's
at
fine.
Zach. You literally have a bag of frozen organs.
Yes, who doesn't?
I don't.
Where are you gonna put
Dante
the
walking
organs, huh?
in with his very much not frozen organs.
Sandra turns and looks at you. You're not helping.
Listen, refrigeration is an important part of having organs available for you.
Do you want them to rot, Sandra?
Why do you want them in the
Have you
first
even thought of the
place?
fucking smell?
Yet another case of you y'all's morals making things even harder. Oh, you can't make the fucking organs cold. Who
I
cares?
think it's more just the fact it's kind of disgusting that you have a bag of organs.
Do you know
I'm
how
just-
valuable these are?
You say some of them are very
These
useful,
fetch
although I need to.
so
I need
much
to talk
gold
to
on the black
Paltrius.
market. Okay, one
I could
kid,
use
okay,
them.
25,000 gold, easy.
I was thinking just giving it to people who need them, but okay.
It's more of more of what we need, because you know we're gonna be probably needing them not to die. Ooh, a bird.
Well, I need
Well-
to find out if there's any use for dragon hearts, because if there
Actually, this
isn't, they're
necklace
going in
hat-
my mouth immediately.
Plus sounds alright. I guess.
Are they safe
candle
yet?
sounds very free.
Or are they still unsafe?
Who knows? I can always
Try
cut them
one.
open and find out.
Try one for funsies.
But I'd have to cut it open to find out, but I need to know if they have a use that would be necessary first.
Hmm.
As much as I am addicted to doing so, I would like to find out if there's some use we have for them before I go trying to eat them.
I would simply give in.
I would not. It's like there's been a lot of black stuff in that.
You'd think I'd be able to see it, though. Like,
Uh,
inspecting the hearts and the lungs to see if I can find any of it, especially if it's oozing out of it, or if it's discolored.
I would say with your 20, yeah, you can see that everything has kind of been infected with it.
But will it affect me? It's
You-
just
Why?
You could take a lick at some of the goop if you wanna.
Don't-
You're probably
I
strong
wouldn't
enough
do
not to die
that.
from it.
We have a cleric.
Yeah, just take a lick.
I guess that is true. I could heal your
Just take the plunge.
disease.
You were able to cure me of the mummy AIDS that I got. So
Yes, that is true.
Dante, why did you fuck the mummy?
I didn't.
No,
Then
the
how
mummy
did you get
attacked
mummy
him.
AIDS?
The mummy attacked me with the AIDS.
Oh. so
Okay,
you
but we
bought 'em
don't
for
know
the
what this
money. I
black
get it.
stuff is, and if
Doesn't
we
necessarily mean
did,
it has to come from, Zach. It comes
Just,
from the
just take a
closet money.
slurp, and then we can
You
have
see,
what's his face?
science.
Science, fruit.
Take a good old slurp.
Sacrifices to be made for the greater good.
don't
It's like I'm
encourage
immune
him.
to disease, but probably not this. But we can find out what happened.
No,
Yeah.
we cannot. Do not encourage this.
Yes, I encourage this.
I don't.
But the temptation. Okay, fine. Dante will think about it. He won't do it now, but he might do it later. He will think about it.
Just start slicking it like ice
I am
cream.
going to.
Like
I'm
ice
gonna go
cream.
back to eating the poison candy.
See, if you can eat that, we can eat this.
Honestly.
No, that's completely different.
Honestly, yeah, that is completely different.
No, they're both poison. This is explicitly rat poison. I mean, not really rat poison. It's worse than that, but
No,
still.
we don't know what it is. All we know is it's driving things insane and taking over their entire bodies and brains. Like,
That's
you know,
like
there's just
eating
no
the
hope.
cheese that's been at the side of the ship for who knows how long and thinking it would taste
Be
good.
reasonable.
It's like eating the stuff under the sink. It's probably not a good idea.
We don't have a sink.
Probably doesn't mean true. I'm kidding. Yeah, we don't
Actually,
actually have sink, do we?
Didn't I just put in a sink? Which is basically just a water barrel.
Just walking into there. When did a sink get in here?
Just pops into existence.
It just
Yes,
showed
it's
up
just
at one.
magic.
It just showed up at one point while we were sailing for 2 weeks. Sandra just made it.
Along with Nicholas's room getting like half. It's now half.
gonna
We
go
haven't
back
gone
to-
to look at the ship yet.
Oh, wait, what was wrong?
The viewers haven't seen the ship yet.
Oh,
They haven't seen what I've done. What Steve has done.
but I don't know how to pronounce that name. Yo,
Patrick?
Which one are you looking at?
Anyway.
Now, let's go nights.
I'm gonna go perform the funeral rites of the goddess because I don't know any other funeral rites.
I'll help you.
Probably what ceremony's
Oh, you would
for.
help.
Hey, I also will assist.
Oh yeah, I do have ceremony, don't I?
I don't know if it works for funerals, though. I think it does.
It does. It definitely.
We also have a ton of holy water.
What a weird spell.
Yeah.
I'll go check to make sure, but I believe it does.
All right. So.
Yep, funeral rite is one of them.
Yep. So, the two of you, anyone else going to times?
I was.
I am not going to
So-
go to the corpse party, thank you very much.
Alright. So, the three all ship off to go to the. I'm assuming you're heading to the graveyard in Shurthor to get them buried and interred, etc., etc.
I guess so.
So, as the three of you make your way, flipping over to the rest of the group, I guess on the way back, there, Demir, were you going to be doing the upgrades on the ship, or?
On the ship is where all my stuff is.
Okay, sounds good. And was Zach going to the ship as well?
Yeah, it's gonna hang out.
Alright,
No
cool.
exact process.
Yeah. Observe the process. Maybe assist, actually.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
going to shout at Zach to give me a certain size of wrench, and then as Zach just like sits there going hog, I'm like, bring me the 3 eggs! No!
Confused and terrified.
I don't know math.
I asked for 3/4.
Just
not
screaming.
5 minutes. Stay focused.
What does that even mean?
Zach, hand me the 36 torque screwdriver.
So, I will mention, so long as it is approved with the other two,
Go for it.
not you. So long as it's approved with Zach and Demir, Peltrius, Amalthea, and Regina will all follow you to the ship to allow them to make their accommodations.
I mean, okay.
Sure.
They joined. I'm gonna put the mayor in charge of that because it's her ship.
We're just gonna kind of stare at them.
So, should we just find a place, or...
Can make accommodations, probably.
Demir thinks to herself as I look at them. Are these rooms over here spare?
Correct.
There's some places down in the hole that'll be a bit cramped, but you'll live there for now.
Right, and the area for my enchantry...
What?
My enchantry? Where I can make my magic items?
Definitely the hold.
You'll make them in your room. You'll like that.
Right. So, we'll just go to the hold, then.
Demir stares.
Okay.
Fuck is housing? I just took
Regina,
a room, and that's how it
let's-
worked for me.
Regina and Wealthy, let's go find a place in the hold.
You break it, you buy it, plus double.
What am I doing?
So,
Understood.
Regina, were you going to follow Peltrius and Amalthea down to the hold?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Help them get things set up.
all right. So, real quick, before them doing that, Demir and Zach, well, obviously, Demir, as you go in, Roxy steps out and greets you again. Oh, how's it going, dear?
Hi,
Oh,
hon. Mwah.
Up and gives you a big kiss. So you have fun with the dragons?
I killed an orange dragon. Did you know there's orange dragons?
You can see, like, she's legitimately taking time to think if she knew if orange dragons were a thing. Nope.
Me either. But I got one. You know what it did? You know? It exploded. I blew up. Actually, I didn't, because I was smart. The dragon was smart. It didn't try to kill me. It
Well,
only tried to
nothing can
all
kill
my
you.
allies. Exactly. After I went down. That's not important. Important is now is that I'm gonna make these guys explode.
Oh, that got real fun.
Oh, it's super duper fun.
don't blow up the ship.
Oh, Shivo. It's her ship, after all.
Yeah.
And then Demir slinks off to her place to go and tinker.
Roxy just kind of watches as Demir heads into the tinkering chamber and shakes her head. Oh, I love when she gets in that mood. Zach, I'm assuming you follow into the tinkering chamber.
Yeah, just ready to do work on stuff since.
It's worth noting that in the tinkering chamber, whenever I sit down in my spot, Roxy just walks up behind me and rests her arms on my shoulders and her head on my head.
Yeah, she's just following you in.
Yeah, Zach's only focus is eventually converting some of the dragon into stuff because of their fucking murder hobo tendencies. And just thinking, what are we gonna do in Albania? Their brain is elsewhere.
All right.
The life of a hedonistic clown is a easily bored one.
So, Demare, you don't even need to roll. You got this when it comes to upgrading your pals.
I better not need to roll because it's already set and done.
Yeah. Easy enough. You had this figured out the past time when you were doing it. So, with Regina, Amalthea, and Paltrius, they all make their way down to the lowest level of the hold and kind of look around. Right. This is... Well, I hope they don't mind us making ourselves at home.
As
Paltrius-
Peppermint watches.
Paltrius flicks the hand, and what are Zach and Demare's passive perception?
Give me a second. I'm currently dying.
Zach is... I think it's a 14. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's 14.
15.
Okay. I'll say, Demare, you can hear a little bit of shuffling, but that's about it.
Is it
You're mostly
suspicious
focused.
shuffling?
They might be like
Shuffling
moving a
red,
bed slightly.
No.
Is the shuffling red?
Yes, is it red?
No.
Okay, Demare calms down and just goes back to her work.
What? Did you just
Very
ask
important
if a
question.
sound was red?
Uh-huh. Demare is synesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
Synesthesia.
So, Regina, you've seen this a number of times. Paltrius is actually taking various amounts of the nearby woolly empty barrels and crates and parts of the ship and is fabricating walls and is turning the cots into a bed, in summoning the chest from the pocket dimension. Paltrius begins setting up an impromptu enchanting area and some form of private space. As soon as the bed is made, Amalthea just like sits down on it and watches. And after a bit, Paltrius summons quite a sizable floating disc and picks up and moves the entire gigantic barrel that at some point the party requested to be moved down here, which Paltrius had obliged. Seeing as how there actually wasn't a fucking floor grate for the entire barrel to get down to the bottom layer, but they do that for ease of saying it happened. But after Regina, do you stay near Paltrius and Amalthea this entire time, or do you explore them?
She would have stayed with him.
Okay. So, after a bit, Paltrius is just like, nope, I have my room. Did you want to stay in my room as well? It's a bit cramped in here as is.
I will find my own room. I'm sure they said there is some empty.
Well, I guess we can find something. After a bit, you all make your way to the second floor. Paltrius makes some alterations, and Regina, you have a more suitable room on the second floor.
And during this time, she is going to take a ring off that she was wearing, and then slip on another one. So, I'll be changing magic items here.
I'm sorry, I have to make a joke here.
Okay.
The whole boat collapses.
No.
You took out a
At least
load-bearing
we
wall.
tried.
It's okay.
You took out a
It's magic.
load-bearing wall!
It's magic.
It's magic, therefore nothing matters.
I'm sure Paltrius is fine.
Paltrius is too smart.
Or is
There we
he?
go.
Probably. But I mean, to be fair, even smart people can forget the most basic of things. Just, oh shit.
Which a load-bearing wall.
To be fair, if they were to take out a load-bearing wall, it would just be like, well, just gonna magic that back into existence.
Well, yes, Paltrace is able to do that. He's fucking an enchanter. Second,
Exactly, he'll fix it.
which load-bearing wall? All of the walls are still here.
One of the
Yep.
wall. You took 2 rooms and combined them into one, but the wall in between the 2 rooms was load-bearing.
It's usually specifically posts that are load-bearing, not walls.
Yeah, no, those are decorative walls.
Don't even get me started. You took out a load-bearing post in the basement.
We don't know that.
See, load-bearing post in the basement, you can argue, yes, but also magic.
Yes, magic.
Regardless, with that, Paltrius kind of shrugs and is like, well, I don't really know what to do now, so I guess I will get comfortable downstairs.
Very well. If you need me, just let me know.
I was going to say the same to you.
Gonna take a seat, finally.
Paltrius heads back downstairs. And was there anything anyone else wanted to do on the ship before we swap over to the ceremony?
Yeah, I would like to note that the other two, I don't care enough to remember their names. They hear a very loud kaboosh from the workshop. Nothing else happens. It's just a very scary sounding explosion noise.
No one notices fucking Paltrius freak the fuck out in the basement. He is not a player.
Silent panic attacks. Let's go.
He's like trying to focus and then stop, fuck, and then just keeps going.
All right.
Peppermint watches Paltrius silently.
Peppermint is our fucking security guard. Let's go.
We've got to get that
I
guy
love
out.
Peppermints. I like to imagine Peppermint's in the hold, so Peppermint's just watching this, just like interesting.
Yeah,
But
just
not
every so
really,
often
'cause
Peppermint
Peppermint doesn't have
swaps over.
emotion.
I just
Kinda
gives them like a
forgot we
judging
I mean,
glare.
Peppermint just comes over just to see what the fuck Paltrius is doing, because Peppermint's like, what's going on?
The emotionless emotions that only security slash utility golem can have.
As Paltrius hears the like slow stomping of Peppermint waddling over. Just like, the fuck?
We've got to get
Fuck
that
is
guy a
that?
token.
Is that thing made out of fucking candy?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I've
should have
seen
made a
golems,
peppermint
but-
token like eight fucking sessions ago. We've had
Give me a
peppermint
fucking second.
forever.
I'm working on
We
it.
will
I'm
never
working
bring
on it.
Peppermint to
I
battle.
love Peppermint.
Yeah,
Peppermint.
Peppermint's not going to
I
battle.
thought
We need to
Peppermint had
see
a play
Peppermint.
fight with me, and I got decked in the process. It was great.
Peppermint needs to be real.
Peppermint isn't real. He can't hurt you.
Peppermint. I just enjoyed that I managed to train it. Not necessarily meaning to, but I did.
Yeah, friend.
Just play fight with me, and I get decked in the face. That was too hard, but great.
There we go. We have a peppermint token.
Peppermint.
Peppermint real.
All right, now back to the rest of the crew. So the three of you head to the Shurthor graveyard, and with a good amount, more or less everyone else is there, all of the NPCs, as these were their friends, the people they worked with for all of their lives. Everyone knew everyone in this town. So the fact that a good chunk of them are now dead is something that there are a lot of mixed feelings here. While they did successfully save the town, there legitimately are some people that all they have is like the helmet, their forearm, the front of their armor. Some people were completely frozen and shattered, so grave markers are made, and they aren't the best, as the gravekeeper also isn't here, so caskets are prepared with what everyone is able to have, and some caskets have the full body, some not so much, but tears begin falling from various guard and hunter alike. So, Nicholas, do you wish to perform your funeral ceremony?
Mm-hmm.
Sandra is also crying.
Yeah, you... Sandra, you knew all of these people. Maybe not some of them so well, such as the town guard, but there were some hunters that come back. You said goodbye, and they were not ones that returned. And some of the ones you watched as they were cut down. Actually, I think didn't all of the... No, some of them died. Did they not? Yeah, on the south side.
The hunters fared way better than the town guard.
Yeah, we had some hunters still around. We definitely lost.
I
Most
think
of the
we
town
lost
guard
maybe
and stuff.
one?
Maybe. I forget. Meanwhile, only I think one town guard survived, and that was what's his name, which I forgot.
Dale. And the guys running the trebuchet that dealt the killing blow.
Oh,
Also
right. I
Joseph.
forgot.
Technically a guard.
The ones to the north fared much worse.
No, actually, I think the North only lost 3 casualties. Meanwhile, we had like 8.
I mean, of proportionality group they, but...
Yes, that's true. They also didn't have the catapults either.
I guess technically the North did better than us.
Yeah, the North did way better because they didn't have catapults either. They had 1 catapult.
Then they all got iced in one move, and it was over.
Yeah.
So, Nicholas, did you want to say any words?
We are gathered here to mourn the loss of the lives that gave their life to protecting the town of Sheriff from after the dragon attack that tried to attack the town. Without them, we would not be here today. And the town would not be standing. So let's mourn the losses of the lives that helped save our town. Save this town.
One of the guards steps forward, pulls a bottle out of his pack, uncorks it, and begins pouring it on the grave site, and tears running down their face. You're gonna be missed, Timothy.
Sandra, do you have some words to say?
Out of character, I don't have anything prepared to say, but I will perform the funeral rites of the goddess, because I don't know any other funeral rites.
So, what are the funeral rites? Do tell.
I don't know them.
Well,
Just pretend I made up something.
you give the final rites to the hunters, the ones who stood within nature, and for those who had their bows still, they are placed within. For those who did not, the hunters went to the lodge and grabbed their spares and placed the bows into their graves. Unfortunately, 2 of them are shattered bits, so they place the bows within the mostly coffins and proceed to close each of them one by one, nailing them, and the final bit, they take the quivers and nail them to the top. The guard captain steps forward to the few guard graves, well, the fairly plentiful. You fought well protecting the town. You made the ultimate sacrifice, each and every one of you. Well, your town would be proud to see you standing. Everyone understands. You paid the ultimate price so that we can all keep on living. In this crazy time we're all living in. You did your job damn well until the end. No town guard should have to fight a dragon. But in this past year, the adventurers are gone. And unseen scourges plague our lands. And the option to run was there. You all stood fast. The gods would be proud of you. The guard captain also pulls out a bottle and pours a final drink for each of them. After all the goodbyes are said, and the graves are dug, the caskets put in, and buried, the guard captain wipes their eyes and looks to you, Sandra. Well, we'll be continuing watching over the town. I trust you're going to be heading to Alvania to have everyone return should the road stay clear?
Can we pause, actually?
That's a weird thing to ask, but sure.
Totally, totally spur of the moment thing, but yeah, somebody just walked in and is asking for my attention. Okay, we're back.
Are we, though?
Yes, hopefully for good this time.
What is a back?
So, Steve, can you repeat the question?
I don't even remember what the question was.
Yeah,
Alright, hang on.
yeah.
Something Elvania.
Alright. Time to get back into the somber mood again. Hang on. Notes. Save me. So, the guard captain, wiping tears from the eyes, approaches you, Sandra, and attempting to regain some form of composure, kind of rolls the shoulder, but sniffles to, you know, they look at you and give a deep sigh. So, the town is saved. The guards and hunters will stay here. I take it that you'll be heading to Albania and having the others return if the roads are safe enough.
You don't have to put on a tough act. I'm barely holding it together too, but yeah. And I'm gonna try to appeal to the council about maybe getting a garrison over here.
Well, they're probably being pulled in every which direction, and knowing the council, they'll be talking about sending garrisons for the next 5 years when the towns are long burnt down. You know how bureaucracy is.
We have to do something.
Yeah, you are that something.
I know.
Good luck and stay safe, Sandra.
You guys
All
stay.
of you.
You guys stay safe too. You're all like family to me.
Yeah. They look over to the fresh graves. Yeah. Family. Just whatever's causing this, let's hope it ends quick.
Yeah,
Cassandra, save us all. The town guard and hunters continue. Some of them are either being collapsed, still mentally processing it. Some of them are just sitting. One of the guards, who apparently lived relatively close by, comes out with a case full of bottles of wine and starts passing it around. The sun, it's relatively high in the sky. It's still morning. The dragons had shown up early in the day, and it already feels like a long day. And you feel your body's still a bit weary. Most of the guard have been magically healed. Some of them have some mundane necessity, but all of them start grabbing bottles and drinking. Glasses are poured for those who are no longer with, but If the party wish to depart, they may.
Well, we're in the
Don-
boat.
Dante
whenever
walks
the others are
over
ready.
to. Sorry, what?
We're in the boat whenever the others are ready. Sorry.
You're good. So Dante just walks up to Sandra after spending some time comforting the others and just puts a hand on her shoulder. You ready to go?
In a minute.
Alright, take your time.
I'll be okay.
Dante just kind of puts an arm around Sandra and just waits patiently until
I'm
she's ready to go.
not okay right now, but I will be.
Nicholas prays to Mister to apologize for killing 2 innocent lives.
It wasn't your fault, Nicholas.
I should have known it better, to be honest, though.
You couldn't have known. Don't beat yourself up, man.
Supposed
We
to be the
couldn't have
guy
known.
who was supposed to have spent years in the library knowing stuff like this, and yet I didn't.
You can't know everything.
You're
Things
not
slip
a
through the cracks.
chemist. It's alright.
And it's not like you've been studying things for 1,000 years. You can't know everything. So it's okay.
Well, I have
Sometimes
been
you
studying
don't
for
know stuff.
100.
Out of
though.
character, how old is Nicholas?
100. I think he's like 120 something. He is. No, he's 212. I mean, he's probably like studied at the library for over 100 years.
You still won't know everything, and you'll easily forget things too.
That's
a lot of knowledge.
true as well.
Your brain's only so big.
So though, just those 2 men could probably have survived if I just
Ow.
thought about what I was doing.
You
sooner.
can't think about that.
Accidents happen,
You
and
can't-
it was one hell of a battle. We can't always be thinking to the best of our capabilities. So even if you did know, wouldn't expect you to be able to know while literal chaos is happening.
Yes, that's true.
So don't beat yourself up, man. That's okay.
I wish there was a way to at least revive them, but they're Ash. I can't do anything about that, or I won't bring that back.
It's okay. We can't dwell too much at this point. We have to keep looking forward. We have to take the time to process this, and then we'll eventually be able to move on from it and then focus on what we do next
Yeah.
in the future.
Well, I guess we should head off to Albania. Actually, I do have a question for the guard, because I didn't know about this, but what do you mean by adventurers have been very in short supply?
Well, the Adventurers Guild, when the yearly reunion happens in the spring, and all the new adventurers head to the Adventurers Guild, it's a large party where everyone checks in, having survived the winter, and
Well, I know
A
about the
lot of
adventurers guild getting blown up, but I didn't know about adventurers, like, decreasing.
well, the Adventurers Guild was full of the adventurers who made their way there. Most of them start off fairly early in the year, and by the time that the airship makes it there, most adventurers are there. It's quite a large party. Very few adventurers actually stay back to continue protecting the towns, as that's usually when their rank upgrade exams are, so many of the adventurers were wiped out, and with the recent influx of both the Mind Flayers and the Dragons, it's been a time.
Wait, mind flayers have been a problem here too?
Well, deep in the dungeons, yes. But they're always an issue.
That's true.
Not exactly a sure Thor thing, but we're able to get who we're able to get.
We'll still see what we can do in Albania to try to get more help sent over here.
I hope you get some sent, because
Hey, even if we
How
can't
many
make
blocks?
reason with them, we'll try to make reason with the people themselves then. Because if we're not going to get through to whatever council nonsense that wants to take forever to get anything done, at the very least, we can talk to people. And those people might be more willing.
Well, you also have to remember their town's being attacked by dragons too.
Of course. And we're always going to be thinking about that because we know everywhere's at risk, but you guys took a heavy hit, and if there's any spare people, definitely the bigger towns are going to be able to handle themselves a bit better than you guys can. And so we want you guys to have the best, you know, the best chance possible. So we want you guys to have whoever you can have.
Appreciate it.
Say, we got you. We're going to do our best for you guys. And Dante extends a hand to him.
They give Dante a firm handshake, and
Dante grabs their hand and instead pulls them in to do that like hug, where like puts a arm around his back and everything, but pulls him close, but doesn't yank him, but pulls him in for that like camaraderie kind of brotherly
Can I
hug.
join in the hug fest?
Why not?
it's all shake and the hug.
Dante just picks up Nicholas.
Sandra's gonna do her goodbye hugs.
In the back of the boat, or
Dante takes a moment to pick up both Nicholas and Sandra at the same time to hug them.
But here we go.
Hugs all around.
Just one in each arm. Well, whenever you guys are ready, we can get going because we got things to do. We got work to do.